25 minutes after 6, we're coming to dig into the newspapers. We'll see what they're telling today, and then we'll encourage you to go to the newsstands and go and grab the papers and read details of it.
Each year when it's time for elections, the atmosphere is not easy on the front page. Yesterday I was listening to some of the news stories and for example, the MPP and NDC hitting their heads in the north over which party is stocking arms, etc.
Crazy stuff, isn't it? If those things didn't happen, how would you know that we're in an election? Start with the graphic then.
Right. Front page of the Daily Graphic. We are ready for credible polls. EC chair. And we also have MPP NDC in blame game over Wale Wale clash. And then we also have the woman kills boyfriend's daughter. And the story about the electoral commission being ready is on page 3 of the paper. Interviewed by the political editor of the Daily Graphic, Kobi Asma. A very good morning to you, Mr. Kobi Asma, and Charlotte Osei. You can see them just sitting there. Kobi Asma. It says the Electoral Commission has given the strongest assurance yet that it is on course to deliver a more inclusive and transparent process in the collation and declaration of the November 17 or November 7 presidential and parliamentary elections. I nearly changed the date. Forgive me. All right. So those will be the stories, Mawavit.
There's a heartbreaking story in the Ghanaian Times newspaper. But front page headlines, I'll share that with you in the bits. My husband told me Gregory Afoko poured acid on him. This is quote, and this has to do with testimony given by the wife of the late Mr. Adams. That issue, we all know, is in court, and Gregory Afoko has been in the grips of the police since the incident happened. I'll ban social media if, and it comes with a picture of Mr. John Kudalo, the IGP. Sakawa gang bastard faked IGP's Facebook account to dupe police personnel. You can understand why the police is afraid of Facebook. Just one person's account, they couldn't even get it, to the extent that the people duped other people through this. But this is a story I've been reading. Woman 20 beats daughter to death. And the daughter is a 3-year-old, and she's a stepdaughter. The story says that a 20-year-old woman has been arrested by the police for allegedly beating her 3-year-old stepdaughter to death at Mempiasem near East Legon in Accra. Judith Atachi, and I want to show you the lady who is alleged to have done this because her picture is right here. Judith Atachi, unemployed, is suspected to have used the heels of her shoe on the girl for playing with electrical gadgets. The body of the girl, which was found with assault marks all over, has since been deposited at the police hospital morgue for autopsy. According to the police, an examination of the body of the deceased revealed several scars from old injuries, and 2 of her teeth had been broken with blood oozing from her mouth when her body was found. And I don't know why the fact that somebody is a stepbrother or a stepson or a stepdaughter, I mean, does that person, is it different? You know? Well, I can understand that. I mean, well, we wait to see if she really is the person who did that. Then shame on her. Back page, Kotoko fans chase coach. Tricky games for Hearts and Kotoko. All right, it's a special day today, and we just want to break the newspaper and say hello, good morning to a very special man in our lives. Uncle Abel White, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you.
Morning.
Hello, Uncle Abel. Oh.
We'll call him.
Just lost him.
Okay. So we have to do the Daily Graphic. Has on the front page, my husband named Afoko. Adam's wife tells court. You have NDC government borrows 100 million Ghana cedis and MEDA 100 billion Ghana cedis and MEDA at East Legon. Let me see whether I can. Center Spread has a story. Amachi Dede joins Nanado campaign, and then we have other stories there.
Was he part of it the last time? Amachi Dede? For real?
Yep. I don't know.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's news for us. you know, those of us who follow entertainment, this is big.
Yeah, it is. It is very, very big.
Oh wow. Okay. You know this issue about about the IGP banning social media. I heard Mr. Cephas Arthur, who's head of public affairs, Ghana Police Service, saying that he's been taken out of context. The story is here in the Ghanaian Times. When you're done with the News One, I'll take my time and go through, because apparently he's saying that
I'm done with the
you are okay. All right. So let's dig into this one. The Inspector General of Police, Mr. John Kodalo, has reiterated his consideration to ban social media in the upcoming election, should the need be. According to him, some section of the public abusively use social media to create fear and panic by sharing false information to their counterparts, which in return stir up controversy among the people. I'll continue with that, but let's say happy birthday to Uncle Abel White. Hello, Uncle Abel White. Hello, Uncle Abel.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much, Mama V.
You're live on our show.
I could hear you, but I think you couldn't hear me.
Oh, okay. But you're live on the AM show. We thought we would call you and say happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Is there a party, please?
Is there what?
Party.
No. Unfortunately, on my birthdays, I spend a day in reflection, so I did not do parties.
Okay. But we thank God for your life. I mean, you're an amazing person. We learn so much from you. You impact so much. And on this day, we wish you only the very best.
Thank you very much.
We don't know what is on your heart, but may God grant you all the good things that you want to wish.
Thank you. And yours is the first call I've had on my birthday.
Yay!
So thank you.
All right, enjoy your day, Uncle Abel.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so it's Uncle Abel White's birthday, and we're proud to be the first.
Well, yeah. He looks so good. You don't know that he's 63 years old.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's like it's my birthday.
I saw him, was it 2 days ago? Yesterday.
Yeah.
And he looked
so if you know Uncle Abel, you know we are the first, by the way, but please call him and wish him happy birthday and say a prayer for him as well. He's a good man. We need him to live way longer so we can continue to learn so much from him. He's got lots of experiences and we need him to stick around for a very, very long time. Roland, you've got the dispatch?
Yeah, so I've got a dispatch. We have front page, dispatch, Kwesi Nduom insults Akufo-Addo. Names cry for 4 years. I want to be president. And then we have Nkranza chiefs commended for ensuring unity. And the story is on the back page. Okay.
So, you know, Roland, I think that I want to save the IGP, the detail of it. After sports, we can dig into that. So let me quickly do the final newspaper. Juju scare hits NDC. Resignation of MP aspirant linked to strange sicknesses. Police recruitment. NVTI holders cry foul. Save hotel industry from collapsing, according to hoteliers. Fresh scam hits DKM depositors. And here's a picture of Mrs. Jemima M. Oware, acting registrar general. What has she or her office got to do with this fresh scam? Let's get into and start on page 2 with this NDC Juju issue, and the story says that the resignation of some elected parliamentary aspirants of the National Democratic Congress Party has been linked to suspected Juju-induced sicknesses. So far, 3 elected NDC parliamentary aspirants have resigned, paving the way for fresh primaries to elect new aspirants for this year's general elections. 2 of those who resigned are from the Eastern region, while 1 is from the Greater Accra region. Charlie, this one is Africa magic. you can read the rest of the story and make up your mind. But this issue about fresh scam says that the Registrar General has cautioned customers of Diamond Microfinance Limited against paying money to some unscrupulous persons extorting money from depositors ostensibly to process their claims for them at the Registrar General's department. Details of that in the paper, especially if you're a client of DKM, the microfinance company. You might want to read the details of the story that's in here in the Find newspaper, Roland.
Well, so those will be the...
You're done? You did the Business and Financial Times?
Okay, we have the Business and Financial Times. Front page, telcos brainstorm dynamic regulations. Banks need new strategies to cushion against NPLs. And then also we have boost for housing sector as Parliament passes securities bill. Back page, Musumtri Rural Bank posts 74% growth in profits. And those are the stories we have front back page of the newspaper.
Let's pay attention now to myjoyonline.com. Joy Sports Transfer Daily, Tuesday's top 15 stories. If you missed it, you can go back to myjoyonline.com and catch up. Also, defeated Abuga Pele blames Esiedun Ketia for loss. Interesting. The story says that Member of Parliament for the Chiana Paga, Abuga Pele, has blamed his defeat on the party's General Secretary's failure to disqualify his opponents. Will he go independent or not? Ofai Palm cites Kolibu CEO board for contempt, and Kolibu won't simply not go away, particularly with this senior staff issue. And it says the sacked president of the Kolibu Senior Staff Association has filed a contempt case against the chief executive officer and the board of the Kolibu Teaching Hospital, and he's been speaking. You can read details of that on myjoyonline.com. Wale Chaos regional minister's relative accused of carrying out machete attack. Moving on. Some sports news here. Hearts look to consolidate lead Kotoko Travel as All Stars hope to keep chase. Politics and poverty. Adaklu residents threatened by stone quarry operations. My husband told me Afoko poured the acid. Adams Mahama's wife testifies. Parliamentary committee backs November 7 election date, says plans are afoot to amend the constitution to enable the Electoral Commission hold presidential and parliamentary elections in November instead of December. The committee level could pass it, but we know that the entire House, I think, is 2/3.
Maybe 2/3
must agree before we can move forward.
Did you get any news, or perhaps are you getting any feed from your sources that they may get a 2/3?
I doubt, because minority is still not with majority on this.
Okay. So we have the page, CTFM, Ford gift saga Shra to receive evidence soon. Unemployed, unemployment, Ghana's biggest problem. There's a survey by the IEA which has revealed this. We have 2016 election, social media ban only a last resort. We're told a last option according to the police and the IGP. We have Nigeria's Didi Akunyere wins second BBC World News Komla Dumo Award.
You know, I heard she was called. They actually called her to tell her she had won. And she was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. You know, like she followed Komla Dumo when Komla was alive and all, but she never expected that she would be announced as winner of this. Yeah. Okay. Let's do the BBC Africa page. Gunmen killed 17 soldiers at Mali base. Oh gosh. Story says that at least 17 soldiers have been killed and 30 wounded in an attack on a military base in Mali. Oh, Africa.
Africa.
Yeah.
So we have highlights. Nigerian women want mass wedding, and SABC fire stop journalists.
Yeah. This SABC case, have you been following it?
No, I have not. They've sacked 8 journalists, and we have other African stories as well. We have Nigeria children starving post Boko Haram, and regional force cleared for South Sudan. So those are the stories we have on the World News page or the Africa page of the BBC.
So, you know, the journalists were sacked because they questioned some editorial policies. They don't show...
I hope it's not in relation to Jacob Zuma.
Okay, well,
a number of
some demonstrations, you know, like chaotic attacks and something like that. I think the SABC has